welcome back to the Terror Show. And tonight we have with us Claudia and Fanny.
I am a conservative terrorism analyst.
Hi, I'm Fanny. I'm French American. I'm a liberal freelance journalist.
And tonight we're going to be talking about the Charlie Hebdo attacks in France. So just to give you a little background information, according to BBC News, on Wednesday, January 7th, 2015, at around 11:30 a.m., Brothers Sharif and Saeed Kawachi entered the Charlie Hebdo buildings in Rue Nicolas Appert. They shot and killed 12 people, including the editor and renowned cartoonist of the newspaper. And they shouted, "We have avenged the Prophet Muhammad and God is great." They did this because they thought that the cartoons that they were printing were very offensive to their religion, Islam. So let's get down to the first question. Did Charlie Hebdo step over boundaries when depicting the Prophet Muhammad?
Well, Yaneli, I honestly believe that the depiction of the Prophet Muhammad in such a vulgar way in Charlie Hebdo's cartoons is just extremely disrespectful. Traditionally, the depiction of the Prophet is just not, it just doesn't happen. It's kind of forbidden in a way. Because these people believe that each person should be depicting Muhammad in their own way. So by depicting him in such a vulgar way, you're taking away their ability to relate to Muhammad and really focus into what he is preaching. A prominent example of how the Muslim community does not believe in depicting Muhammad is the Hagia Sophia mosque in Turkey. So before it was a mosque, it was a Greek Orthodox church lined from wall to wall with huge murals of saints and gods. And when the Turkish came in, they took down these pictures, they tore the golden statues down, they painted over the walls, and they put up their beautiful handwriting, which is what they believe they associate more with Muhammad instead of pictures or paintings of Muhammad.
I totally listen to you, but actually, Charlie Hebdo didn't step over boundaries. Granted that cartoons of the Prophet are not explicitly forbidden in the Quran. It does not prohibit figural imagery. Actually, there exist corpus of images of Muhammad produced mostly in the form of manuscript illustrations, alright? In various regions of the Islamic world, from the 13th century through modern times. For example, in Iran, in Tehran, a whole mural depicting the Prophet, his face veiled, riding Burak, the holy horse, was installed at a public road intersection in 2008. So, we have the right. It's not forbidden.
Okay. I do see both of your points, and they're very valid points. Now, yes, they should express their opinion in whatever creative form they deem necessary, that they are partisan to, but at the same time, they should be aware of the consequences. If they're going to offend or think that a certain minority or any group would find something offensive, they should be aware that that group may do something against them if they feel like there's a need to, like they were really offended. So with that, let's move on to our second question. Do you think Charlie Hebdo was specifically targeting Islam through their caricatures?
Of course not. Charlie Hebdo didn't specifically target Islam in its cartoons. According to a survey among 38 front pages dedicating to religion, 20% are making fun of Islam, which means only 7 out of 38. And only 1.3% of these front pages satirized especially Muslim people. Thus, Charlie Hebdo was not obsessed by depicting caricatures of Islam.
I'm going to have to strongly disagree with you, Fanny, because although it was only 20% of the cartoons depicting the Muslim religion, it was super offensive to the religion. Compared to the other depiction of religion, such as Catholics Jewish.
Okay, so this is very hard to compare because we're talking qualitative versus quantitative. Yes, there were only 7 out of 38, so 20% caricatures, but at the same time, as you were saying, they can be seen as more offensive, and this definitely depends on where you're from. So different cultures are going to think that one of the depictions were more offensive than another.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so you're French?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, I'm French American too, so
Oh, okay.
obviously you've heard about the attack.
I did, yeah.
Okay, so do you think Charlie Hebdo targets like the Muslim community only, or like all the religions in
No,
general?
they don't. I read Charlie Hebdo back home, and it's a sarcastic newspaper. They just criticize everything, not only religion, but like politics and social matters, everything. They do not only target Muslim community or anything. It's just to be provocative because they want to shock people to give them something to think about. And I don't think that the Muslim community actually expresses itself through this attack, because I know that a lot of people mistaken associated Islam with this kind of action, and that a lot of Muslims feel embarrassed and they didn't want, for example, protest in the street during marches or anything. But at the end of the day, these 3 guys were not Muslim at all, and they are just terrorists, and terrorism has no religion whatsoever. So.
Okay.
Are there limits to freedom of expression?
No. Freedom of speech
What?
is one of the foundation of our democracy,
No.
especially in France and the United States. Freedom of speech acts as a safety valve to let off steam when people might be bent on revolution. And plus, freedom of expression means opposition, and we need opposition in democracy because it serves as a vital social function in our society.
Even though freedom of speech is a fundamental part of a democracy, there are defamation laws in France and in America that just prevent the media from publishing such slander and just horrible cartoons that depict religion and every other thing in such nasty,
In which country are you living?
in such weird and just
Okay,
not
okay, Okay, I get it.
It's just
Thank you
wrong.
guys. Thank you guys. Well, I've been your host tonight. My name is Yaneli Gonzalez, and as always, I will be your host each and every night. Please watch us. I live off of this. So, thank you and good night. Bye, guys.